Although I am like 122 days into my French on Duolingo, so it could be French, right? That's probably not the best intro to this meeting. So welcome everybody. So this meeting, I'm Gareth. I think I've met most of you guys, but there's a few new advisors in here. Today, I wanted to talk through the new marketing suite that we've got, which is going to be really helpful for you guys, which we call self-branded advisors. So in MAB, in Mortgage Advice Bureau terms, they classify branded as MAB branded. And we've got 20, 25 advisors in the wider business who do exactly the same jobs as what we do, same system, same business, same everything. They're just Mortgage Advice Bureau branded. And the reason that works for those guys is because they're either based in estate agencies where they like the MAB brand, or they've always been MAB branded, so they're quite happy with it. Or some advisors, being an MAB brand does help with some lead sources that we've got with the employer wellbeing stuff. Now, the advantage of that is that they benefit from MAB's marketing stuff that they do, and there's some MAB self-branded stuff on there, which I think is okay. It's not great, if I'm honest. I think it's quite sort of generic and very. I think you can get lost in the crowd a little bit. So the exciting thing being the Mortgage Experts branded is that we can take control of stuff that we want to do, subject to compliance, obviously, as everything always is. But also, what we realise is we need a way of getting that stuff to you every time and being able to build our sort of catalogue of what we need. So that's what today's about. So I want to show you first and foremost a system called Premcom, which you will all either have a login to shortly, or you may already have the login already. But the system's called Premcom. A lady called Michelle, can't remember her surname. Michelle's surname. We'll send you a link out to Premcom very shortly. What we need to do at our end is set it up at the back end with Premcom, and there's a bit of work to do there, and I'll show you why. So I'm just going to share my screen. Share screen.
Oh, Richard.
So can everybody? Can everyone see the screen here? Okay, fantastic. So it says the experts group, so Mortgage Experts by Experts group. So if you just going to admit, okay, there. So if you see here, you'll have a username and password, which will be the Mortgage Experts username, and then you'll be given a password. You can change your password to something that you can remember, and you can save the link. Now, once you sign in, this is very new, by the way, so there's not going to be loads of stuff in here yet because we've not uploaded loads of stuff. But when you log in, you can literally click Shop Now. So, and what there are at the moment, there's three categories. We've got canvassing material, which is a bit of an unusual term, but canvassing material, direct mail, and also stationery. So I'm just going to show you stationery because I know that something's in here at the moment. Because I've logged in as Gareth and Gareth's in here, what you've then got here, you see my photo's already been uploaded. So in my profile, which I set up I didn't set up, Michelle set up as like the dummy profile to demonstrate this stuff to you guys. It's got my photo. So everything that I have will have my photo on it, which is really important. The reason it's so important is because the people remember faces, right? So I've probably had this conversation 1,000 times with all of you guys, but the personal brand is so important because nobody really cares about the name of the company. And the example I'll give you is if we look at Google, what colour, and feel free to shout out, what colour is the second G in Google? He's like, it could be anything. Any guesses?
Blue.
Red, blue,
Blue.
blue. Advances, should we say red or yellow or green? Here we go. I'm going to Google it now. Google. Can't spell today. So Google, it was there, wasn't it? The home screen there. So the second G is blue. And that's the thing. So Google's the biggest brand, right? It's one of the biggest brands in the world. It even owns what it is. It's a search engine, but we don't say what time does the restaurant open. We say, I'll Google it. I'll Google that. I won't search engine it. I'll Google it. But people don't remember logos. So it's personal brand. If I said, what does Lewis Hamilton look like, the Formula One driver, you can picture in your head straight away. You don't need to think about what it looks like. Even if you're not a fan of motorsport, you see him around so often that you remember who that guy is. And that's very loosely the sort of thinking behind having a personal brand and being the person that people remember, the person that people will go to for advice. So this system here, what you'll be able to do, it will have a business card option with no photograph in case, if for any reason you didn't want to have it on there. But there is an option with an agent photo as well. So that will automatically be on yours because we'll set your profile up to have your photograph on there. What we'll then need to do, so there's two things that we need to do. This is the slightly annoying bit. Some people have sent me photographs that will work absolutely fine. Some people's photographs, it's too busy in the background. So what they need to be able to do is to cut out the background of the shadow of everything behind you, and to make a photo that's going to look good on these on this advertising material. So if you looked at my background now, I'm in an office at the moment. So if I was to cut this out now, you'd see bits of things everywhere. So what we need, and you can see here, this is the amount of. Let me see if I can expand on this. This is the sort of profile that we need from you, which is a sort of torso to the middle of the torso, both shoulders in. So basically, imagine sort of looking at the camera and then turning ever so slightly that way. That sort of profile would work really, really well. But if there's stuff in the background or shadows, we can't get rid of like shadows and things like that because it's so difficult to do and to have a good quality image. So some of the photos that we've had in the past were either too busy in the background or there was like shadows over faces and things like that. So what we need is a very simple picture and take it in. And I'm not, you can see here, I'm wearing a t-shirt and a Barber jacket. I'm not about shirt and ties at all. That's my personal preference. If your personal preference is to dress in a shirt and a tie and a suit jacket and looking like Harvey Specter, then absolutely fine. That's not a problem at all. Whatever you feel comfortable in is how you want to portray yourself to your customers. But we need from everybody. And the best way to do this is to email it to me. If you WhatsApp this to me, it's going to get it loses the quality. WhatsApp really reduces the quality of images and things like that. So again, it's a clear, sort of plain background. It doesn't have to be white, but just a very plain, as plain as you can get. A white wall's ideal. A photo of the torso and both shoulders in. Ideally smiling. I've not got the best smile in the world. It looks like I'm holding in a cough or something, doesn't it? But a nice smile. So that's what we can use on the advertising material. So that's the first thing that we need from people. The second thing that we're going to need here, what the idea here is that we can put in this gap here is a QR code for a Linktree profile. So if you went to Linktree, you can get a free Linktree here. And what is anybody not familiar with what Linktree is? Okay, so most people are. So Linktree, you can get a free one, and the idea being that you can have a link, one link which will show different bios. So your LinkedIn bio, perhaps your Facebook business page, it could be your Instagram business page, it could be your whatever, it could be anything, a phone number, it could be anything you want it to be. And then what we can do using Adobe QR code generator. Use Adobe for this reason, that theirs is a free online QR code generator. If you try and use another QR code generator, some of them you have to pay for. So the QR code will actually expire after 14 days, 30 days, and then all of a sudden your marketing material will be null and void. So use the Adobe free QR code generator. And what you're basically doing, once you've set up your Linktree, it'll give you one link, and then you use that link in there that link in there will then, that QR code you can then download for free, and that's what you'll then upload to the business card. And you do that by, you can put your title in there, you put your phone number, and then you just upload the image into the QR code generator. And if a customer ever scans your business card or a leaflet or a poster, that will go to you from there. Does that make sense? Oh, that's a lot of talking about QR codes. So that's what I need from everybody. So the two actions are to set up a Linktree and a QR code, and then to send me a photo that you're happy with. I'm on this. I don't want it. For me, my suggestion. It's only my suggestion, but how you feel comfortable with. I don't know if anybody agrees. I'm not a big fan of like shirt and ties and formal looking. I think it's a bit too stuffy nowadays. I'd sort of go with like how you go to a Sunday dinner out or something like that. Just something that you're comfortable wearing that you think, yeah, the client's gonna be happy with that. So that's what my suggestion would be on that. I'll put in the group as well a photography guide. So we've actually got a PDF which talks about exactly what we need and the suggestions that we've got. Any questions so far? No, brilliant. I'm trying to get Donna into this meeting. It keeps admitting and then not letting her in. So
yeah, I've been doing the same, Thomas. I can't get them in either.
Just see that she's at the bottom, so hopefully she's got this. Now I'm recording it as well. So that's the first bit. Then once you've got your things in there, what we'll then have is different. We've got some stuff in here now. So we've got remortgaging, a leaflet in here. Say hello to your local mortgage advisor. So this is a direct to print. So you'll be able to go into your profile and set up your you'll be able to set up your your invoicing details for you to go and order this stuff. What we are working on, which is going to come into the next phase of this, is a download option so that people can go to Vistaprint or something like that to order their stuff from. But for now, this is how it works. And actually, you'll see that it's not particularly expensive. So if you were to order 500 business cards, it works out at 9p per business card, which actually is not that dissimilar from about 45 quid, not that dissimilar from, Instagram, Vistaprint, that sort of thing anyway. And that's the cost there. So that's that. Now, the second part is to have, I'm hoping Michaela's on the call. Michaela, have you got the link, or we can share the link in the WhatsApp group afterwards for our marketing team to design things? Obviously, we've got Michaela, who's our marketing manager. So she sort of takes the lead on managing all of this process. But let's say, for example, if you wanted one thing generating and Faye wanted something else and Rich wanted something and I want something doing and Heather wants something doing, it's just carnage, right? So we've got a form created, which Michaela will kindly share afterwards in the WhatsApp group, which you'll be able to put anything that you want or need in there. We can put it onto the work list. And then what we'll be able to do is, through the marketing team, the graphic designers that we have, we'll be able to put in there, this is how long it's going to take us to get this stuff produced. And all I'd ask is, if that team grows, things will become quicker and quicker. But what I want to do is to be able to manage expectations. So I don't want Carl thinking, right, I need a leaflet about adverse credit producing, and it's going to take us 2 or 3 weeks to produce it. But Carl thinks it's going to happen this afternoon. You just got to manage those expectations so that everybody knows where they stand. But also, I want to have something somewhere where you guys are the guys in the field, and the guys and the people in the field. When you want something, you think this would be a great idea, we can get it done, we can get it approved compliantly, and we can make sure that everybody's free to use it. Does that make sense? Cool. Any questions on that then?
The images, so I know some of us have sent images up already. Do you want them resending again to you, so with the QR code for the Linktree?
So yeah, I mean, that would be the QR code in the Linktree. Actually, is what you put into your profile once you've got your login. We just need the I think we need your home address for your deliveries and a photo. What I would ask is, if everybody could, to make it easy and quick for the graphic designer Liz to cut these all out, if everybody could send a new photo that they're happy with, and if we could say, would it be reasonable to say by sort of Monday next week? Would that be okay for everybody? Give you time to get a bit of a suntan this afternoon, get looking really good, get my hair done, have a haircut, whatever it might be you need to do. But if we could get if by sort of Monday, Tuesday next week, I'm away next Thursday. So as long as I've got them for sort of Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, I can get this all sent across to Michaela, who will coordinate this with our design team, and Michelle, who will get all these profiles set up and everything. And then hopefully by the end of the month, certainly by the end of the month, probably the week after, you're going to have a suite of stuff that we can start using straight away. Would that help? Okay. Cool. Any suggestions so far? Whilst we've got Michaela on the call, any suggestions so far for things that we need immediately, imminently, things that we could think, actually, this is an essential thing that we need? Oh, easy job then. No noise, Michaela. Go home, Ellen. So
I've got an MAB branded lettings flyer for landlords that I'd like rebranded. Shall I just upload what the MAB one is, and then we can just rebrand it Mortgage Experts?
Yeah, why reinvent the wheel? Yeah, we can absolutely do that. What we've got here is, well, if I show you sort of the canvassing stuff that we've got. We've also just finalising some designs on some buyer guides. So a first-time buyer guide, a home mover guide, a buy-to-let guide, and an adverse credit guide. This is a meeting for another day once it's ready, but we're just also finalising some meta paid for adverts, which will be an option for you guys to have adverts, with an ad spend, which you agree with how much to spend, but we'll create an ad spend for an advert for you that those leads will be your leads on a self-gen basis. And I just want to get the actual process dialed down, and also so we can get some results initially, so I can tell you that this sort of spend will get you this many fact finds, this many signups. It's quite important for me to be able to say, if you want 3 mortgages a month, you need to be spending £300 a month on adverts. But I just want to, I'll come back to you on that. That's probably, I'd say that's, Michaela, what, 3-4 weeks away?
Yeah, 3-4 weeks away it will be done.
But as part of that, we're going to have adverts. So we'll have the buyer guide. So first time buyer, home mover, remortgage, buy to let, and adverse credit. We've also got a home mover cards here. We've got like a meet your local expert card, which I think could be quite powerful because this is the sort of thing that these are mega cheap. But this is how estate agents can. Oh, Anna, Anna's the example there. This is how you'll really quickly sort of build a local presence. So I know in the estate agency, one of my best friends, in fact, I was best man at his wedding. He is an estate agent with the property experts, and he built his business on the back of local. This stuff absolutely works. It's okay. Just because it's a bit old-fashioned doesn't mean it doesn't work. Just because things have been going on for years doesn't mean there's a new, better way of doing things. Of course, we want to do the social media stuff and the digital stuff, but some things that have always worked will always work. So that's really important. Anything else anybody would like to go through, or should I just drop this stuff into the WhatsApp group, what we need, and get them pinged across?
Just one thing, Gareth, if you may.
Yeah.
Just on the assets that we used to have access to, we probably still do on the SharePoint. Have they all been updated?
They, Michaela, they are going to be. They're in the process, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the process because we're just rebranding everything. So yeah, they're in the process.
You notice here that we've had a bit of a rebrand, which Michaela and Sam, the marketing MD, have done. So you see like the slightly different colour change. We've got a new website, which I'll show you, which is just waiting. The new website, mortgage. I can't spell mortgage, which is terrible because it's a company name and our job. UK. So we had a new website that was designed by the chap sat behind me just there, and then we decided to rebrand anyway. So we're just waiting for the banners and stuff to rebrand. But as part of this, what we'll also have very imminently is a page. So for example, you'll be able to have the mortgageexperts.co.uk/Rich Gunton. So Rich, you'll be able to, we'll have a contact as part of that. So when you advertise through whatever medium you're advertising through, any leads that come through that channel will come directly to you. Andrew's go directly to you, Carl's to you. So it's not going to come to a central inbox to distribute. So you've got the confidence there that when you're advertising marketing things, those leads are going to come back to the person that was advertising. So there'll be that. So that's coming very shortly. There's a couple of bits. Again, it's just time getting all of this stuff redesigned under the new brand that we've got. So you can see on Bridget and Anna's backgrounds there, we've got, that was like the old sort of design. But what we try to do is make it a little bit more modern, a little bit more sort of recognizable and less corporate, really. I think, to stand out in the crowd, I think it looked a little bit wooden and a little bit sort of, late 2000s, where I think what we've got now, there's going to be a lot more. I'll see if I can find, bear with me 2 seconds. I'll share with you. Bear with me. Media. This was a new brand design. So, can I move that? Where's it gone? There it is. So, if I just shift that across, can you guys see this?
Yeah.
This is the new branding. So it uses a lot more sort of illustrations, which are a bit more sort of on trend at the moment. These, if you ever want to create stuff yourself, which I'm not averse to, but it just has to be, I just think that it'd be better to come from our design team, make it absolutely bang on, get it uploaded. We can do that. But these are the brand, we'll have a whole new brand guidelines with all the fonts that you can use there, which can upload. If they're not on Canva, you can upload them to Canva. I've done that on mine. Different color palettes, and it will very much use this sort of the theme of sort of illustration, if you like, rather than actual like characters, rather than just sort of stock photos of a young couple with cups of tea in front of cardboard boxes, which I think is just a bit sort of old fashioned now, isn't it? So it's all been done a little bit. Steve and Jenny use it to move their mortgage. Yeah, we're bored of that now. So that's me for today. If there are any questions or anything that you want to know or want to reach out, either myself, Michaela, or Bridget from Tuesday onwards, because Bridget's off now till Tuesday. So either myself or Michaela, just reach out and we'll help with that. But yeah, if I could ask people to set up their Linktree, send that photo in, and any suggestions, I'll drop the form to put any suggestions or any requests that you've got for marketing information into the branded WhatsApp group, and we can start working from there. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Happy Friday, everybody. It's nearly time to go home. I've got time. But yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll catch you soon.
I am in on Monday.
Oh, I thought you were off.
It's Thursday. I'm off.
Oh, okay. So just bombard Bridget with stuff until Thursday then. That's fine. Fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for joining. I'll see you all soon.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah.